How's it going, YouTube? Today in this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the battery in a 12 mini. All the tools needed to complete the repair, there will be links in the description below. So if you want to support the channel, check those out. If there's anything that you think that I missed, feel free to leave a comment below. And if this video helped you out, please help me out with the almighty YouTube algorithm. Smash the like button. So starting with the 12s, Apple improved the strength of the perimeter gasket, which aids in making the phone water resistant. They're considerably stronger to remove the screen. I've already made a video about how to do that, and it goes quite a bit more in detail. So I'm going to leave a link right about here. But the general idea is you use a magic glass, because you'll notice how much wider it is than the iSesamo. You use heat. I don't use heat in this case, but you can use heat. I'd suggest it. And then you use an iSesamo along the sides, but just to get it started. That's what the magic glass is for, because it just disperses the pressure, on a much wider area, so you're less likely to damage the OLED, which I've done on more than one occasion. The screen on this, just rock it back and forth. I made it look easy there. Next, we need to remove both our ear speaker flex and our screen flex. But before we do that, you want to disconnect the battery. This is really, really, really important. Just because your battery is, just because the device is off, there is still electricity running through the board, and the last thing you want to do is accidentally short something out. So disconnect your battery. So to make it easier to get to the battery pull tabs, we pull out the loudspeaker, and then just like with the screen, your best friend is going to be 91 or 99% rubbing alcohol. As you can see, the technique I have here is I like to get it started with the tweezers. So we'll sort of grab, roll a little bit, almost like spaghetti is what I think of, and then I use a couple of drops, and then it takes the bite out of the adhesive, makes it so much easier and less likely to have torn tabs. The top is a little bit more difficult, and I think I actually tear one here. So if that does happen, you'll see what I'm about to do in just a sec, but I'm going to put another video on what happens or what to do if your battery pull tabs tear. So in this case, the bottom two I was able to get out. So I come in with a wedge. You don't want to wedge it up too much, but really it's just a matter of putting some isopropyl alcohol, that wedge, and then rock it back and forth, and it comes right out. So you can pretty much use any double-sided tape that you want, but it's not a bad idea to get these pull tab type, because if you ever need to open the phone again, obviously it's considerably easier to do it this way as opposed to having to heat up the phone and pry out the battery. I've seen some horror stories, and even ones that have come out of repair shops. But as you can see right here, it's just a matter of lining it. It's also not a bad idea to get an extra one of these in case you misinstall it the first time. So my technique with batteries is you don't want to just lay the battery in. On more than one occasion, I have done that, and then the flex cable doesn't have proper travel up, up, down, left, right, whatever. So the technique that I have is connect it, so then we know no matter where I place this battery, this flex cable will have proper reach, and lay it down. Apply some pressure. Now, I'm going to mention this now, but I'll also mention it before I connect my screen, which will be in not that long. Disconnect your battery. Just because your device is off, there is still electricity running through the board as long as your battery is connected. So this won't make the phone water resistant again, but it certainly will keep dust out of the device and also the Face ID area. And it'll also keep the screen from tapping up against the frame, which can get really annoying really quick. You want to make sure to use an isopropyl rubbing alcohol pad just to make sure that when you're putting a new gasket on, it has a clean mating surface. So just like battery adhesives, it's not a bad idea to get another one of these. If you can, finding them in 3-layer is the ideal. I think this one is a 3-layer. I'll show you what that means in just a sec, but this was the first layer. The second layer stays on and helps us align, which you can start at the top. I start at the bottom, and then you just want to, it took me a while before I got halfway decent at these. So this is the second layer. So the third layer is still covering the actual adhesive, which is nice because we can pull that off at the last second. But here we go. So we're going to, once again, make sure our battery is disconnected. On some of the wider flexes, I use a technique where I don't press dead center. I press right to left or left to right, as it helps avoid bowing the flex cable, especially one that is as expensive as this one, because if the flex is damaged, then your screen is damaged. Connect our battery. So there are these little brackets. I don't know if you can see them, but they're right here and right here. And that's what these two little hooks clip into. So now's the time to remove our perimeter gasket. I'm also going to mention it's not, or it's a good idea to check and make sure that we don't have any screws stuck to any place in the phone where they're not supposed to be. The usual culprits are the perimeter gasket. So if you didn't replace your perimeter gasket, just make sure there aren't any screws that are stuck to it. Also the loudspeaker and taptic engine, and then also the ear speaker, just because they have some magnets in them, so screws tend to get stuck. On more than one occasion, I have damaged a screen because I was impatient. So we seat the phone. You see that it's flush. Crunch, crunch. Thank you for watching.